Welcome to all of you, the future of India, so to speak, and my colleagues, young colleagues from the Aditya Birla Group, my colleagues on the dais, particularly the four CEOs who do not belong to the Aditya Birla Group, but you never know, there is always a future, gentlemen, And particularly, thank you for taking time out on a Saturday morning to do this, and my colleagues are always enthusiastic about doing this. Let me just briefly tell you why we did this. First of all, we have the intent, desire, conviction always that an Indian conglomerate needs to give leadership to Indian business, to position it globally, to carry the voice of Indian business globally. And we believe that Aditya Birla Group, perhaps being the first Indian global conglomerate, has that duty, that right, and that responsibility. And leadership is something that is not possible unless you retain and create some degree of vibrancy and newness in your organization. And leadership is not about people who are old and bald like me, but leadership is also about people who are young, full of ideas, brimming with energy, who will shape the destiny of the world, the destiny of this country, and certainly the destiny of the Aditya Birla Group. And we want to always renew the way we look at business, the way we look at our organization structure, the way we look at our business processes, by bringing in younger talent at different levels of the organization, more so at the bottom end of the organization, to create that new energy within the system. Now, doing something like this is itself a way for us to learn what leadership represents today, because you can have two ways of looking at leadership: a very conservative, static, fixed frame view of leadership, or a concept of leadership that is continuously reinventing itself. And we believe that a conversation with you people through a format of this kind also creates, gives us a different view of leadership than what we hold. Many of you who belong to the business schools, some of those, you know that we have something called the Aditya Birla Scholarships. That is another way for us to have those leadership conversations with a bunch of young people. And I'm very thankful to my colleagues from Economic Times that they decided to partner with us. And this has been a wonderful, meaningful partnership that we started this year. And we hope that it lasts for a longer time. And in that process, we bring not only a new paradigm of leadership to Aditya Birla Group, but also we build a new paradigm of leadership to Indian business. Aditya Birla Group, this is my 19th year, and I can see Dave perhaps his 18th year, 1 year behind me. Himanshu perhaps about 14, 15 years. Dilip is about 5 years, 6 years, how long? 10 years now, my God, you see. He looks so young and fresh. You see, that's part of our young leadership here. So all of these people, including me, both have the experience, knowledge, the conviction, and the authenticity to deeply within ourselves believe that perhaps there is very few employers in this country, even for that matter in the world, that believe so much in the human resources, human resource development, and building organizations relying on leadership. And again, this investment for us is another way of telling the world about our commitment to building human resources, making the right investment at the right age for people. And I hope you enjoyed as much going through the process, which has brought down 10,000 people, I'm told, to 36 of you, which in itself a terrific testimony to your capability, to your competitive spirit. And I know that success is always something that is exciting, but I would much rather prefer that you enjoyed the journey from the beginning till this point, rather than just, being listed as ET's young leaders. On 17th, I have to do for a competing news magazine, judging for hottest young executives below the age of 35. Same magazine listed me as one several years ago. So that just goes on to remind me that we grow old someday. And I'm sure that, someday you will look back on your career and say that you were a young ET leader at one point in time, and you have made tremendous contribution to Indian business someday in your career. And that's the day that we look forward to. Thank you again for being with us. Jury members, thank you for your time. And my colleagues, thank you for taking your Saturday to be present here, and some of you there, and enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Thank you, ET, again, and thank you, Sandeep.